rest of you? See, answer could be wrong or anything. You can enter your answers. Thing is, your attempt will be appreciated. Okay, so this was our problem that we have left in the last class. So now let us continue with this particular problem. So as you know, for this particular problem, we are going to first draw our network. Okay, so over here, the network which is given as T-type symmetrical network we are having with a shunt arm impedance given as what? Z2. Okay, and in the question, what is important is it has been given that the electrical properties have to be determined for a network having 80 at an angle 30 each in the series arm. Means what is given for us is Z1 by 2 is given, not Z1. Okay, so we have over here Z1 by 2, and this is another Z1 by 2. Okay, so let us write now, given Z1 by 2 is equals to 80 at an angle minus 30, from which I can find out Z1, which is equals to 80 times 2 is 160 at an angle of minus 30. And also it is given that Z2 is equals to 80 at an angle 45 degrees. Okay, so this is the polar form of data given for us in this particular problem. So now electrical properties, we know we are supposed to find ZOT and propagation constant gamma. Okay, propagation constant gamma, which in turn is comprising of two components, alpha plus or minus j beta it could be. Okay, so now let us proceed for this problem by entering our formula for this ZOT. ZOT equals to root Z1 square by 4 plus Z1 Z2. Okay, so this I can also write it as what? Root Z1 by 2 whole square. Z1 by 2 whole square plus Z1 Z2. Okay, so now so I have here this particular formula. Now let me substitute in this the values of Z1 by 2 whole square. So I have Z1 by 2 whole square is nothing but 80 at an angle of minus 30 whole square plus Z1 is nothing but 8, Z2 is nothing but 80 at an angle minus plus 45 degrees into we have Z1. Z1 is nothing but 160 at an angle of minus 30. Okay. So then, is anyone there on the other side? Kindly respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, thank you. So now we will further simplify it in the polar form notation only. Give me the answer of 80 at an angle of minus 30 whole square answer. Let me cross check what you
6400 at
have.
an angle of minus 60 degrees.
Good. 6400 at an angle of minus 60 degrees plus 80 into 160 is how much? 80 into 160,
12800.
right? 12800 at an angle of how much?
15.
15.
15 degrees, right? Okay, so now you see both the forms are in polar form, so addition is bit difficult for us. So at that time what we will do is we will try to convert this polar form into rectangular form, is it not? So now convert 6400 at an angle minus 60 into rectangular form and give me the answer. 6400 at an angle of minus 60 in rectangular form.
3200 minus J5542.562.
Good, right. And others are also supposed to enter their answers in the chat box. It is required for them to enter in the chat box. So I will come to know that what answers you are entering. But blindly listening to one or two students, you just don't keep quiet or don't enter the same thing. I want you people to attempt these problems so that you will get a good uh, hold on this particular topic. So 6400 at an angle minus 60 is nothing but 3200 minus I 5542.56. This is what you have got. Then we have next 12800 at an angle 15. Convert into rectangular form and give me the answer. Others, I expect you to enter in the chat box. Parallelly, you are supposed to enter in the chat box,
12363.85
right?
plus 3312.883J.
Right. So 12363.85 plus 3312.83 or 883.
883.
Okay, I'm taking 0.88 I. Now you can add the real terms and imaginary terms separately and give me the answer. So 3200 plus 12363.85 is how much we are getting?
15563.85
15563.85. What about the imaginary term? Minus of
minus I 229 triple 29.679.
0.67. Okay, I will take 0.68. Okay, 0.68 I. So now that it is in the rectangular form, I cannot take its root. So now it is required for me to see this is not 6 theta, it is 68. I hope you understand. So now since it is in the rectangular form, we are supposed to convert it into polar form in order to take the root. So give the polar form of this and find its root and give me the answer. Others enter in the chat box.
125.39 at an angle minus 4.076.
125.39. I will take it as 4 at an angle of how much? Minus
Minus 4.076.
0.076. And your roll number?
N, ma'am.
Roll number 10. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. So now this is the expression we have got for ZOT, which is nothing but the characteristics impedance for a symmetrical network. Now we are left with the propagation constant gamma. So we have the formula for propagation constant. What is the formula? Roll number 21. Kindly answer. Roll number 21.
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly. answer the question.
E power gamma is equal to
Yeah,
1
yeah.
plus Z1 by 2Z2 plus Z0T by Z2.
Thank you. ZOT by Z. Right. Okay. So this one we have got as our expression which we have derived in the previous classes, which is nothing but the propagation constant for a symmetrical T network. Now we are supposed to substitute the values into this and then try to find the gamma expression. Okay. So now we have okay. So now we have already determined the ZOT expression. So now let us find the e power of gamma expression we have. So over here e power gamma is nothing but 1 plus Z1 by 2 Z2 we have. So I will take this Z1 by 2 as my series arm impedance plus ZOT by Z2 I have. So now I will substitute the values as what? 1, 1 plus Z1 by 2 is nothing but, sorry, this is our problem. Okay, e power of gamma equals to 1 plus Z1 by 2 times Z2 plus ZOT by Z2. Okay, so now this one is nothing but equals to 1 plus Z1 by 2 is nothing but 80 at an angle of minus 30 by Z2, which is nothing but 80 at an angle of 45 plus ZOT, how much we got? 125.4 at an angle of how much? Minus
minus 4.
4.075 divided by Z2 is again 80 at an angle of 45. So since the terms are in polar form, we can do the division successfully, and hence we will keep them in the polar form without converting them into rectangular form. So now tell me, the over here I'm finding that 80 is getting cancelled, so that I'm having 1 plus 1 at an angle of how much? Minus 30 minus 45.
15
Minus 30 minus 45.
minus
Angles will get subtracted while we are doing the division. Minus 30 minus 45 is how much? Minus 75
minus 75.
plus 125.4 divided by 80. How much you are getting?
1.5675.
1.56.
How much? 1.5675
5675.
at an angle of how much? Minus 4.075 minus 45.
Minus 49.076.
0.076. I have to write minus over here. Right. Okay, minus 49.076. So now we are supposed to perform the addition, so it is not possible for us to do in the polar form. So we have to now definitely convert it into rectangular form. So give me the rectangular form of 1 at an angle minus 75. Let me check the chat box who all is entering the answers. Yes, 43 students are there. You are supposed to enter your answers also in the chat box. Are you there? Wasi Adnan. Sheikh Wasi Adnan, roll number 51. Sheikh Wasi Adnan, Muhammad Arbas, kindly enter your answers in the chat window. Please don't hesitate. The answer could be wrong, but thing is your attempt is important over here. You have to respond by either entering in the chat box or by unmuting yourself. Sheikh Wasi Adnan, are you there? Muhammad Yasin. Yes,
Ma'am, I
Neha
entered now
Tabassum has
only, ma'am.
entered. Yeah. Next, roll number 32. You have to enter. Then it will be a good interactive session. Simply in the online class, if you just sit and listen, it will be like you will doze off. Right? Roll number 1 has entered, 3 has entered. रोल नंबर 32 आमिर है आप क्लास में 10 8 have entered. Adnan also good. Respond करना है क्लास में respond करे तो अच्छा रहता. रोल नंबर 8 good. Okay, so now I have found that 1 at an angle minus 75, so I am giving the answer. You just cross verify what you have got. Is it you have got 0.26 0.26 minus I 0.966. Is it that you have got 0.966? And next is 1.5675 at an angle minus 49.075 or 76 if you are taking. How much you are getting? The answer is plus
1.026 minus J 1.183.
minus J 1.183. Okay, so now these are the answers we have obtained for the conversion of polar form into the rectangular form. Okay, so now we can perform the addition. Now add the numbers and tell me the answer, overall real term answer and overall imaginary term answer. So 1 plus 0.26 plus 1.026, you are getting around 2.286.
286.
And what about I term?
Minus 2.149.
Okay, 15 I'm taking, 149 you are getting. So now for us, we know that this is nothing but e power of gamma. Okay, so e power of gamma is nothing but e power of alpha plus j beta. So now I need to convert it to the polar form. 2.286 minus j 2.15, give me the polar form of this. Polar form of this is how much? Others keep on entering your answers simultaneously, or if you are interested you can also speak by unmuting yourself. No restrictions for anyone that one particular candidate only have to speak. Yeah, what is the polar form of 2.286 minus I 2.15? Good. So number 15 we
2.95
have.
at the angle of minus
Yeah, Neha
46.6.
Tabassum. Yeah, Neha Tabassum is correct. Right. So you are getting how much? 3.14 at an angle of 3.14 at an angle of minus 43.23 degrees we have got. Okay. So now this one can be, we want to get rid of this e, so what we will do, we will take the natural logarithm, then we will get e power of alpha plus j beta is simply natural logarithm of e power of alpha plus j beta is simply nothing but alpha plus j beta, and over here we will get natural logarithm of this can be expressed as what, r e power of j theta. This can be expressed as r e power of j theta. So that time I can take as natural logarithm of 3.14 plus minus we will get because angle is minus, so minus j theta which is nothing but 43.23 degrees, but I want my beta in radians. So what I will do is, what is the answer of natural logarithm of 3.14? Give me the answer. Now this term what I will do, j 43.23, I want to get it in radians. I am supposed to divide it with 57.3 and then I will get my answer in radian. So what is the natural logarithm of 3.14?
1.144.
1.144.
1.144 minus J 43.33. So from this I can conclude that alpha is how much nepers? 1.144 nepper, and beta is how many radians? Give me the answer.
0.75.
0.76. 0.76 radians. Okay, so in this way you have seen that we are drilling between the polar to rectangular and rectangular to polar form in order to get the answer correctly. Okay, so in this way we are proceeding with this particular problem and converting the degrees into radian. Also we have seen 0.76. If you are leaving your answer, it is important that you mention the degrees over here. Okay, so
Minus,
in this
ma'am.
way, which one over here? Okay, so over here minus 0.76, then we can write over here plus or minus, plus or minus. So once we know what is the answer, we can write over here minus by getting rid of this plus sign, because we know that in the answer the imaginary term is nothing but negative. Okay, right. I can write this. Okay, so I hope you have understood this problem. Then if you have understood, shall we proceed to the next problem? Yes or no? Yes. Shall I keep
Yes.
this problem or shall we proceed? If anywhere you are stuck, we will again go through this. Anyway, that ZOT what we have calculated has got erased, but I hope you have understood. Okay, so in this problem, anywhere you are stuck, you can kindly tell me, else I will go for the next problem. Yeah, students? Right. Zayed also has participated, 18, Amer, Samira Begum, right. Thank you for your responses. So let us proceed now for the next problem. Yeah. So next problem is we are having okay. So our problem is with respect to determine the characteristics, impedance, and propagation constant of a symmetrical T network only. We will discuss. We will assume in the question it is given T network only, having 20 millihenry inductance in each of the series arm and a capacitance of 0.064 microfarad in the shunt arm, operating at frequency is given. So there is some twist in this particular problem. Frequency has been given. So let us see and try to attempt this problem. So first step, as you all know, we are supposed to draw the circuit. Okay, so now we will proceed by drawing the circuit, and then we will list out the given data. Okay, so in the question it is given that the network is having 20 millihenry inductance is given. So we need not draw the box, rectangular box what we were drawing, and we can directly draw the inductor symbol. And it is given in each, means I am having two inductors in the series arm and there is a capacitance in the shunt arm. So now my network will be modified into the elements what is being mentioned in the question. I am having two inductors in the series arm. So since I am aware of the components, I will not draw the rectangular box. Rectangular box is usually represent when we are not familiar what type of element is there in that particular arm. Okay, so now this is going to be my new symmetrical T network where my elements are going to remain the same, Z1 by 2, Z1 by 2, and over here it is nothing but Z2. Now let us go to the given data. So given Z1 by 2 equals to 20 millihenry. 20 millihenry inductance is given. So it is better for us to find the Z1 also. So Z1 equals to 40 millihenry. Next data given is nothing but Z2 equals to 0.064 microfarad. Okay, so Z2 is given. So once we have these two elements, we should be familiar that Z equals to R plus or minus Jx. So in this particular thing, we are given only L value. Okay, L values are given. So when can we get L value? For that, we know that R is missing since only plus or minus X is present. So I can write the series arm as Z1 by 2 equals to, I can write it as JXL because it is nothing but the inductive element plus JX is present, which is nothing but equals to J times omega L. So now I am finding that omega is nothing but this one is nothing but the angular frequency. Angular frequency, and it is given as angular frequency equals to 2 pi f. So here you will find that this frequency is going to be helpful for us. For 400 hertz frequency means f value is given. Okay, so angular frequency is represented with the notation omega. Right. Next value what is given is Z2. Z2 is nothing but minus Jx. Xc minus Jxc means capacitive reactance plus Jxl means what? Inductive reactance. So this can be written as minus J by omega C. So here you can see the role of omega coming into picture. Okay, so now we are supposed to take that data into account and then calculate the angular frequency. Omega equals to 2 pi f equals to 2 pi into frequency is 400. Give me the answer for this value. 2 pi f equals to how much we are getting?
2512.
How much? 2512. 2512. No fractional part is there.
No, ma'am.
Okay, 2512. The units are going to be 2512 radians per second. Now,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah,
It is 2513.274.
yeah, that's what I'm telling. Right, others also please check. 2513
No, ma'am.
point.
We are getting different answer.
See, it is a simple thing. 2 into pi value is how much you are taking? 22 by 7 into 400
3.14.
you do 3.14 when you are taking. Definitely we will have the fraction part also.
But we are not getting.
Okay, no problem. See, 2512 is also correct. You are within the range. 2512 plus or minus 10% answer difference can be there. We are getting 2512, but you are getting 45.82 means that is wrong. Okay, so 2513.27 I will take because I am taking the pi value as 3.14. Definitely I will have the fraction part. 2513.27 I am taking as the omega value. Now over here we are obtained the value of omega. Now for us it will be easy for us to find the value of j. I mean Z1 by 2. So Z1 by 2 equals to j into omega is what? 2513.27 into L. What is my L? L is nothing but equals to 20 millihenry. 20 milli is how much? 10 raised to the power of minus 3. Okay. So basically here I can write what is given is over here what is given is nothing but L1 by 2. L1 by 2 is given, and over here I have found L1 value. L1 value is being found, and over here Z2 is nothing but I can take C2 value is given. Okay, so they cannot be directly substituted. We are supposed to use this reactive part also into consideration by taking the omega into consideration. So now tell me what is the answer you are getting for this? J times
100.53.
Z1 by 2, Z1 by 2. Kindly check and tell me. Z1 by 2, J into
50.26.
2513. Yeah, I'm getting around. I hope others are entering their answer in chat box. 50.26
26.
or 06?
50.2654.
Okay. Some more answers I want so that I will enter this answer.
50.2654.
Thank you. 50.26. Okay. 50.26 ohms. The unit of impedance is nothing but ohms. Similarly, now I'm supposed to find the Z2 also. So Z2 value, you tell me how much you are getting? Z2 equals to minus J times of 1 by 2513.27 into 0.064 into micro is how much? 10 power of minus 6. 10 power of minus 6 is the value of micro. So how much I am getting? When I do that,
6217.
minus J 6217 ohms. Okay, this is my value of Z1 and Z2. I have converted the given L and C values in terms of Z1 and Z2. Right now, simple. So they make use of the same formula of ZOT and proceed by substituting these values. Okay, so we have here ZOT is given as root Z1 by 2 whole square, that is added with Z1, Z2, Z1, Z2. So what is my answer? You can calculate and keep by the time I substitute these values from the previous slide. So Z1 by 2 is nothing but J 50.26. I'm substituting. You can calculate and be ready with your answers. J 50.26 whole square plus Z1 will be how much? Z1 will be 100 point that value. Okay. So J 100.52 into what is Z2? Z2 is minus J 6217 minus J 6217. Okay, so I hope you know that J into J equals to how much? J into J is how much?
-1.
Minus 1, right? Okay, so now with this you will find that this minus we can get rid of. Yeah, so give me your simplified answers for this. J square is how much? Minus 1. Okay, so here 50.26 square, how much you are getting? J square we will have. Over here J square we will have. So minus we are getting because of the 50 point. If you can give me the direct answer also, no problem. Those who have calculated, or if you want to give the step-by-step answer also, no problem. So I request you people to give me the answer of 50.26 whole square. How much?
2526.067.
2526.
Yes, ma'am.
Point 0.
67. 067.
Okay. Then what about the
067, ma'am.
okay? Right. And I think the next term also we are getting rid of J. So we will have the answer as plus. So what we are having?
624,995.04.
62499
995.
624,932.
624,923.
932.
624,995.01.
Yeah, others enter your answers in the chat box. Let me see.
32.
632.
624
624,932.
932.
All of you are getting same thing. Submarine has given 624,932.84. .84 I am taking. Okay, so give me the root value of this directly by
788.927.
788.927
Yes.
ohms. Okay, so we have calculated the ZOT value. Now we will quickly calculate the e power of gamma. So units are also important for us. So e power of gamma also, I hope some of you have calculated. If so, kindly give me your answers. Z1 by 2 by Z2 plus ZOT by Z2. Okay, so here now 1 plus what is Z1 by 2? J 50.26 by Z2 is how much? Minus J 6217 plus ZOT. Now only we have got it to be 788.927 divided by Z2 is how much? Minus J 6217 minus J 6217. So here this J terms gets cancelled. This J terms get cancelled, and I am having only the numerical value for this. So 1 plus, give me the answer. 1 plus we will get, minus we will get 50.26 divided by 6217. How much you are getting?
8.084 into 10 power minus.
For this only 50.26 divided by 6217.
Yes, ma'am.
8.084
084
into
10 power minus
10
3.
power minus 3.
right, 10 power of minus 3, and here I will have the J term over here. 788.927 divided by 6217. So now it is required that since it is a rectangular form, I am supposed to convert it into polar form. Is it not? So kindly convert it into polar form and then perform the division. So what is the expression we are getting for minus J627? What is its polar form? What is its polar form? Minus J6217 polar form is nothing but 6217 at an angle of minus 90. Okay, I have given the answer. So that now we can perform the division. 788.927 divided by 6217. Are you getting the same answer? So when you perform the division 788.927 divided by 6217, you are getting with an answer of how much?
0.126.
0.126.
0.123. That's it. At an angle
6,
of
ma'am.
plus 90.
26, ma'am.
26. 26 at an angle of plus 90 it will become. Okay. So now you have to convert this into the rectangular form. Give me the rectangular form of this.
J 0.12.
J
126.
0.126. Thank you. Okay. So now what is my final value? 1 minus 8.084 into 10 power of minus 3 minus J 0.126 is my final expression. Let me write it over here. 1 minus 8.084 into 10 power of minus 3 minus J 0.126. Give me its polar form. after simplification. Give me its polar form. So this is nothing but e power of gamma equals to e power of alpha plus j beta. What is its polar form? One minus 8.084 into 10 power of minus 3 you perform, then you will get the real term. That minus j 0.126 you can convert it into polar form.
0.999 at an angle 7.24.
Right, 7.24 degrees. Okay, so now in order to get rid of e, we will take the natural logarithm. So we will get alpha plus j beta equals to natural logarithm of 0.99 plus j 7.24 divided by 57.3. So what is my answer? Alpha equals to how much? 0 we are getting, and beta is equals to how much? Yes, dear students, what is the value of beta in radian? Okay, radian. How much? 7.24 divided by 57.3.
0.126.
0.126.
Good.
0.1.
26. Good. Okay. So in this way we have done. So I hope this has given you clear idea how we are supposed to approach for this kind of problems with respect to the symmetrical T network. Okay. So now next problem we will quickly solve. So this is based upon the derivation what we have done. We have done the derivation of the designing for a symmetrical T network, wherein we have found that for designing a symmetrical T network, when its attenuation constant is given. So this parameters gamma and the characteristics impedance is given, how we are supposed to proceed. So we have seen that Z1 by 2 in terms of ZOT and gamma is given as what? ZOT by sin h gamma. Is it not? What is the value of Z1 by 2? How much you have got? Z1 by 2 is equals to, do you remember yesterday's derivation we have done? We have done for
ZOT tan H gamma by 2.
Z2 is nothing but ZOT by sin h gamma. This was our first derivation we have done with respect to Z2, and then we have also done with respect to Z1. What is the value of Z1? Z1 by 2, how much we have got? Z2 into Z2 into cos h gamma minus 1 we have simplified and then got a Z2 into
Cos H gamma minus 1.
okay, but we have expressed in terms of sine, I think. Z2 into tan h gamma by 2 we have got, is it not? Okay,
ZOT into tan H gamma by 2.
Z2 into tan h gamma by 2. That also you can use, or you can go for this formula also. Okay, let me write. Is it right what I am telling? Z2 into tan h gamma by 2.
ZOT.
Z1 by 2 equals to Z2 into tan h gamma by 2. Z2 equals to ZOT tan h, ZOT by sin h gamma. Okay, cross check your answers. So now we will see in this particular problem what is the data given. So in this particular problem it is given that Okay, students, formula are correct. The formula what we have written is correct. Yeah, nobody is speaking. Yesterday's derivation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in the question, ZOT is given to be 600 ohms, and next value it has been given in Nepper. So what is that value? Attenuation constant means it is given with the notation alpha, which is equals to 1.386 Nepper value is given. So we can write Nepper in short form as capital N and small letter P. Okay. So once we are familiar with this particular thing, we are directed to make use of this formula and proceed for this particular problem. So here you are having Z2. Okay. So for designing, again we are supposed to make use of this particular circuit diagram of the symmetrical T network. Which is nothing but Z2, Z1 by 2, and then Z1 by 2. Okay. So now we can find the value of Z2. So Z2 equals to ZOT 600 divided by sin H of 1.386. Since alpha is given, beta is not given, so here we are assuming gamma is equals to alpha because there is no imaginary term. We can take alpha is equals to beta. So I mean alpha equals to gamma. So give me the hyperbolic sine value of 1.386 and 600 divided by that value. How much you are getting? If you can give the answer directly also, no problem. What is this value? Sin h of 1.386.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in yesterday's derivation, Z1 by 2 is ZOT tan H gamma by 2.
Yeah, we can use that formula also, but here I am making use of this step also is there part of your derivation. You remember this step is part of your derivation. Z2 times cos h gamma minus 1. Yes or no?
Yes.
What about the simplified answer? Simplified formula you tell me. Simplified formula how we have got by substituting the value of Z2. Z2 is ZOT by sin h gamma.
Yes.
Give me the simplified answer. For your sake, I will write. Tell me.
ZOT by sin H gamma 2 sin H square gamma by 2.
ZOT tan h gamma by 2 you are getting.
Yes.
So there should not be any confusion. Okay, ZOT tan h gamma by 2. But I am here taking directly the value of Z2 into cos h gamma minus 1. Okay, because you know that tan h gamma, if I depend upon, I have to find sin h gamma by cos h gamma, all that. So again, I have to find gamma by 2. So for simplification purpose, I am directly making use of this cos h gamma because gamma value is readily available to me. Okay.
Okay.
So now Z2 equals to 600 by sin h of 1.386. How much I am getting? Yeah, anyone who has calculated, give me the answer. In your calculators, you are supposed to use the hyperbolic functions sin h. Sin h of 1.386. How much? I am writing here. You can cross check 1.874. Okay. Not sine value. It is hyperbolic sine. So 600 divided by 1.874. You are getting it around 320.10 ohms. Okay, so once we have got the Z2 value, we are now proceeding to find the Z1 by 2 value. So Z1 by 2, I have got the Z2 value. So 320.10 into cos H cos h of gamma 1.386. 386 minus 1. Okay, minus 1. So how much you are getting? This value is around 359.93. Okay, so in this way we have made use of our derivation, what we have done in the last class, that was with respect to the designing the symmetrical T network when its propagation constant and the characteristics impedance values are given. So making use of that derivation, we have used this particular problem for simplifying that. I hope the problem is clear. So I have not got your responses for sin h and cos h values of 1.386. You please kindly practice it and then cross check if these answers are right or wrong, and then we will discuss the remaining part in the next class. Okay. Yeah, Samreen have given the answers. Neha also 359. So is it differing? 359.93. Okay, it is within the range, so we can accept this answer. So with this, we will stop the session over here. And in the next class, we will see the other important derivations, and related to the derivations, we will try to take up some problems. Okay, thank you. हाँ, वो एक मुश्किल हो रही है। अब अगर से अपने को टीचर्स अगर से पहले आगे समझ लो मैम, जब अपने को लाइक 5 मिनट्स एक्स्ट्रा लेके दे रहे अपने को क्लास, तो उसमें बाय द टाइम क्या हो रहा है, बच्चे ना एंटर हो जा रहे हैं, मुश्किल हो रहा। जब क्या करना वो तो मैम फर्स्ट जो माइक बंद कर, चैट में जो फर्स्ट रोल नंबर एंटर कर रहे ना मैम, ऑनलाइन रहते। वो तो बच्चों जो फर्स्ट एंटर हो रहे ना, अपन उन लोगों को बोल देना ये एंटर कर दो बोल के, आई मीन रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट कर दो। रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं कर रहे मैम, इसको पढ़ा रहे क्या पढ़ा रहे समझ में नहीं।